Welcome back, everyone. Today's video I'm going to give you 3 thrifted items. I hope you enjoy. If we haven't met, my name is Tammy and this is lamascreationsdiy, where I do tons of crafts any which way that I enjoy doing. I hope you do too. Let's start crafting. So we're starting out with this basket that I had thrifted. It had a bunch of flowers in it and all this foam and whatever you want to call it, green grass stuff. First thing, what we're going to do is try and take it all apart. I was able to get all that green grass and the flower out, but that foam just would not come out. Next, what I'm doing is taking my orange mixture. I'm just going to heavily dry brush all around the basket, giving it somewhat of a nice coverage. This orange mixture is pumpkin orange, some metallic copper, some brown, and a little bit of red. Now taking 3 pumpkins, one of them I think I picked up at Dollarama, the other 2 from Walmart. I took all the stuff off of the bigger one, and then I'm going to take this one orange pumpkin and paint it white. And this is using Home Decor Folk Art chalk paint. I think the name of the color is Adirondack. And then, taking that same mixture of orange while it's still wet, I'm going to paint that on top, mixing the two together, giving it a lighter peachy orange type look. The one that was already white, I'm going to paint it just with the orange. And the big one I also painted white as well. And what I'm going to do with that is taking that orange, I'm going to add some brown to darken it up a bit, and we're going to paint that big pumpkin with that color. This way I have 3 different colors of oranges. Orange. Now taking a dowel, I'm going to push the big pumpkin down on. We're going to take the medium one, push that onto it. And then we're going to take the smaller one and push that on top. Making sure that we have enough on the bottom so that we can stick it into the pot. For now, I'm just sticking it into a piece of foam so it stands. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add some leaves and some decorations on the top of this big pumpkin. Just different color leaves. I try to stick with the greens and the light greens and the light neutrals. So that way, because the pumpkins are already orange, kind of have the greens in between. I add some moss, some Spanish moss, some more leaves, and I just continue. Add on the second pumpkin, do the same, add the third pumpkin. I trim down that dowel on the top, and then I add in my own stick that I grabbed from my garden. Give it a more natural stem look. Add in some more leaves on top, decorating it up a bit. I'm going to make a multiple loop bow on my fingers, wrapping the twine around my fingers a couple times, taking another one, tying it off in the middle, giving myself a multiple loop bow, and I glued it onto the top. Now we're taking our pumpkin tier and we're going to add it into the basket, into the foam that was already there. I added in that green stuff that I pulled out just for filler. And again, now we're going to fill in the bottom of this basket. Again, I'm just using all the light browns and very darkish red colors in on the bottom. So this way it doesn't take away from the orange of the pumpkins. Added in some cattails, some more bigger leaves, and I keep going until all that foam is covered. And when you're done filling all that bottom in, this tiered pumpkin is complete. Little topiary is what I mean to say. Pumpkin topiary. I love it. Next craft. We're going to use 3 different size jars. First, what we're going to do is taking off the lids. We won't need them. I'm going to take some leaves, apply Mod Podge onto the leaf, apply Mod Podge onto the jar, and we're going to adhere the leaves to the jars. I do the same thing for all 3. You can do as many leaves as you want. You can fill the entire jar. What I did is I just went around into a circle. Took about 4 to 5 leaves on each jar. And of course, doing a cover on top of Mod Podge. Next, taking some jute rope, I'm going to wrap it around the lid just to cover all the lid marks where it turns on. Cut off a piece. Then we're going to tie it in a double knot. Taking another finger bow, we're going to glue that into the center, just with some hot glue. Straighten out the ties and trim the ties with your scissors to whatever length you'd like. Then taking some Topiary garland that I got it from Dollarama, I'm just going to wrap it around the lid. And I just twist it onto itself because it was kind of wired so it would stick together. And when you're done that, these are done. Super easy. Put some little candles in there and you got some cute little lanterns. I'm just popping in to ask, if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, and don't forget that little bell. It helps me show to YouTube that other people actually like my video and they will promote it more. So thanks. Last craft. I made this here in the spring and I thought I'd decorate it for the fall. First, what we're going to do is take the entire thing apart. Taking off the sign, take out the flowers, take off the bow, all of that stuff. Easy peasy so far. That sign was hard to get off though. It was glued on there good. Next, we're going to paint the fence with that mixture of orange paint. The entire fence I'm painting in this color. And then the crate to the fence I'm going to paint in my burnt umber acrylic paint. Next, dry brushing that same brown paint onto the fence. Now this little sign. First we're going to just sand her down as good as we can, getting as much of that stuff off as possible. Then I'm going to paint it in my Vintage Mustard Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint. Give it a one good coat. Now with some painter's tape, I'm going to pull out a piece with the sticky side up, put 2 on each side so it holds it down. And then I picked up these wood letters from Dollarama. We're going to pull out the ones that we need and we're going to spell out Happy Fall, and I stick them onto the tape. Talking too fast, you get tongue-tied. Using wood tint, which is in the color Walnut from Home Decor, I stained those little letters. Using the same floral foam as what was in there, I stick those in. And now taking different colors of leaves, fall foliage. I use some pumpkins, some pine cones. I also use some acorns. We're going to add all of these to the little basket, little bin, garden bin, little box, whatever you want to call that thing. And I just keep adding until it's all nice and full and to what I like. For the pumpkins, all I did was take a little skewer and stuck it into the bottom so that they stick in nicely. Now, taking off our stained letters, we're going to place them on top of our little plaque that we had painted. And using some hot glue, we're going to glue those down. I glued mine a little wonky because I thought it would look fun that way. Using some more of that orange mixture, I'm going to dry brush all over the sign. Very light dry brush. Then we're going to hot glue some jute rope, jute twine, whatever you want to call it, to the back. Just with some hot glue. Using a piece of craft paper, we're going to add some hot glue to the back of the sign, glue it down to the craft paper, and then trim it off with my knife, giving it a nice back so it doesn't look so horrible looking, just in case you see it. We're going to take that sign hang it on to the little fence part. Give the box nice little sanding, rough it up a bit. No garden box looks pristine and good, at least mine don't. I'm going to dry brush some of that vintage mustard paint, and when you're done, this little window ledge thing is done. I love it. I hope you like it too. I thank you so very much for clicking on my video and watching to the end. It sure does help me in this YouTube world. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!